What's going on? So in this video, I'm going to show you how I gained 300 engaged targeted followers in the last week and was able to make a good bit of money off of those. These are all inbound leads who actually care about my product. They're not just like random. And this is also all organic, so I'm not running ads to my profile. I have in the past. I'm not at the moment. I don't think that ads work nearly as well as they should be. Also, just a quick warning, this video will be very, very tactical. So it's going to be talking about the tactics. If you want a high-level overview, this is probably not the video for you. But if you want the tactical steps, if you want to know the exact steps that you need to be taking, watch the video all the way to the end. At the end, I'm going to give you a super good secret as far as tactics go for gaining these followers. Obviously, my account is nothing crazy. My account has, 24 followers. So a week ago, it had just shy of 2290. So I've actually gained a little over, so that's what, 334. So I've gained a good bit of followers. Also, as you can see, I got like 12K accounts reached. This is my account. It's nothing crazy, but I'm actively gaining followers, going up, and keep notching up in the followers as it goes. So this is consistent. This is not just like out of 1 week. I will consistently do this for the next little while, but just real quick, wanted to touch on followers versus fans. Here is a graph. Here's two graphs. As you can see, your goal here is to get your actual true fans. You want to have 1,000 true fans. If you haven't already read this article, just Google 1,000 true fans. It'll come up. This is a really good article that kind of took the world by storm back when it first came out. But this is a super solid article that kind of explains the difference between fans and just followers, right? So the goal here is to actually get fans, not followers, people who actually want to buy your stuff. Obviously here you have, your followers, and then you have your casual buyers, and then you have your true fans. This is where we want the majority of our audience to be, right? So as you go, you're going to get success. You're going to sell products, and then you're going to sell consistently to your 1,000 true fans. So the 1,000 true fans is what's going to be there for the long term. As you can see, you might hit a huge breakout point here, but if you just try to go viral, you're not going to have these people to stick around with you all the way till the end. So your goal is to get these 1,000 true fans, these fans to actually stay with you. Again, go read this article. I want you to pause this video right now. Go read this article. Just search up 1,000 true fans. You should be able to see it. And one other thing is, like, we're optimizing for money, nothing else. But one thing that I didn't add in here text-wise, so we're optimizing for true fans money, right? We're optimizing for long-term money, not just the short-term. Because, right, if we only optimize here, then we have to get rich here, and then we have to actually fight for these dollars. Our goal is to get rich once and to not have to do it again, right? You only should have to get rich once. So as far as that goes, we're optimizing for money. So 1,000 fans or 100 fans can be better than 1,000 followers. That's just the truth. Now, what the goal is to get thousands of followers and to get 100 fans from both of these. So you can get both of these at the same time, right? You can get 1,000 followers, and then from those 1,000 followers, get your 100 true fans. That's our goal here. So the goal is to get more inbound leads. Fuck outbound. I hate outbound. I think outbound is a scam. I actually posted on Twitter the other day. Outbound is a scam here. You can see also my money rugs. You can see my opinion on outbound. I think outbound's a scam. If you message if a girl messages you versus if you message her, right? If you message her, they don't give a fuck about you, bro. You're a dork who's watching me on YouTube, bro. You just blend into the crowd. Nobody cares about you if you do outbound. It's much harder to acquire a girl on outbound, right? If a girl messages you, or if you already know her, right? Every girl that I've ever gotten has been off of inbound. Back in the day when I used to get girls in high school, I would do their homework for them, and then they would repay me, right? That is kind of how this whole system works, right? You want to get leads inbound, not outbound. We want to do inbound. Fuck outbound. I hate outbound. It's my message on inbound versus outbound. And now it won't let me go to the next slide. All right, so I know you've heard this before. I know every guru is going to tell you this. I'm going to tell you some stuff that even is not on this sheet that other gurus aren't going to tell you about your profile itself. This is my profile. Obviously, we just took a look at it a second ago, but I'm going to walk through it side by side with this and kind of walk you through what all you need. So the big thing is you want to optimize your username and your name, right? We want to optimize this again for money, so we want to show people what we do. In this case, if it says systems manager here, people know, oh, he manages systems. They might not know what systems manager is because that's my unique method, but they know what I do, right? They don't really care about your last name, right? My last name is Bordeaux, 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 right? Nobody knows how to spell that, so don't put it in your bio. Don't put it in your username. Nobody's going to be able to look it up. Also, don't have no wacky username, bro. Don't put your username as like at John the Destroyer _33. Like, no one cares, right? My username is very, very simple. It's the Zach B or real Zach B. Those are my two usernames I use, the Zach B or real Zach B. So make sure your username and your actual name here are super, super clean. This is really, really important. I see so many people mess this up. They have these long names that nobody cares about. Also, if you're from like Pakistan or India or wherever you're from and nobody can spell your name, use a different name. Use an American name. If you're from like India and you're trying to target people from America, I'm going to be honest, nobody knows how to pronounce these long 100-digit names, right? This is nothing against your name. This is just me telling you the cold hard truth that everyone thinks and nobody wants to tell you. So shorten your name, right? Zach B is going to be better than Zach Bordeaux here. Obviously, I don't have that in my profile, but do as I say, not as I do. If you got a long last name, like, don't have it in your profile. I'm not trying to have to like wait for them to re-verify me, but yeah. Next thing, use a good profile picture, bro. You better not have no pictures of your dog, the pictures of like the Carolina Panthers logo, like that fucking 0 and 20 record's gonna rub off on you, and that's how people are gonna judge you. Please don't do that. Put a picture of your face, because this is your Instagram profile, right? Use your face. Build this as a personal brand. Nobody wants a business brand. Nobody goes into the bank and says, hey, I want to talk to the logo. They go into the bank and say, hey, can I talk to a person? They want to talk to a person. Nobody likes these brand accounts. Brand accounts are dead. You need personal brand. As you can see here, I have a clear photo of my face. You can see what I'm all about. A very clean background, dark background, and it's on brand because the background, as you can see, like all this back here, this is all blue. This is a brand color of mine. My brand colors are blue and yellow, right? So it's a brand color. You can see that that is on the background. Make sure that you have a clean picture and people can see your face. If you need to go into Lightroom, just darken up the photo. I'll show you how to edit this photo real quick. Hold up. All right, so here when we're looking inside of Lightroom, as you can see, this photo is very overexposed. I've already cleaned up my face with the brush tool, got rid of some of the acne on my face. I'd recommend you do that on all your photos just to make them look a little bit cleaner. See, the background's super blurry, but my face is also a bit blurry. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to select subject. Then we're gonna select the background. We're gonna darken the background a little bit, turn up the contrast slightly, highlights down, shadows down, colors. I'm going to color it a little bit more blue. And then effects. I like to turn the texture down a little bit and the clarity up about 10. This will just clear things up just slightly. Here, I'm actually going to put a bit of a tint on it just because of this area up here in the top right. Put a little bit of tint on there. And then turn the saturation up probably about 10. Then I'm going to go in here and select the subject. Again, we're going to turn the exposure down slightly. We don't want to be like this. We don't want to be like I'm standing in the dark. We still want to be bright, but we want to be slightly darker than like up here. Like I look like pale, like I've never gone outside right there. We want that to be down a little bit. We're going to turn the contrast up good bit. Highlights down about 20, shadows down about 10, 15. Then effects, we're going to turn texture to max and then clarity to about 30. This will really bring out some of the detail in your face and will make it look a lot clearer. Right? If we look at this with the clarity down versus the clarity up, you can kind of see the difference. We want that to be about 30. And then I typically go here, just crop it in just slightly. Then I'm going to go to effects and then turn this down to about minus 50 or so, just to make it look good. You're going to have to use trial and error. Every photo is different, but this is kind of what I use, and then we can just save that to the device so we can see like what it looked like before and what it looks like after. All right, so we can see this is what it looks like after and then before. So you can see the difference in these two photos is pretty drastic. Definitely would rather post this photo, so make sure you clean up your photos a bit. You can also tint the background. So obviously using the coloration feature on Lightroom, that's how I tinted this background. It was obviously already blue and had some orange here, but I just used it and selected the subject, inverted the subject, and then selected the background. Writing a compelling bio, your bio shouldn't look retarded. Make sure that it actually says what you do. If you have any pieces of information about you, about what you do, like I'm an Arte, so I post that on here. I say I'm the CEO of Dozer Dog Collective and Social Climb. And then also you should have an I help statement. So I help target market scale to whatever. Or I help target market achieve dream outcome without pain and sacrifice, right? So I help influencers scale to 10K a month, or I help video editors scale to 10K a month without paid ads, right? That's just an example. Obviously, mine's a little bit different here. You don't have to copy it word for word, but definitely have those same elements. And make sure you have a YouTube video here. So post something on YouTube. This video here is just a story video. You can watch this on my channel if you want. If you want to watch it after this video. But yeah, just make sure you have that. Story highlights, obviously, those are pretty simple. You hear that from everybody, but clean them up. Aesthetics, again, you need to have a clean aesthetic. Your brand identity is built up of basically these three things. So your logo, which can be your face. If your logo is, like for me, that logo is the profile photo. This is my technical logo that I use for my brand identity. That's how I kind of treat it. Your colors, your typography, and your imagery. So these are the visuals, your values, so what you say, and then your voice is how you say it. So the tone, the language, the clarity, or clarifying. I don't know what I was supposed to say there. That doesn't really make sense now that I look at it. But this is super, super important. If you haven't developed core values, like even on my phone, you can see I have my core values like on my phone. Make sure you develop values so you know what you're supposed to be talking about and what you kind of stand for. Because if you don't stand for something, you stand for nothing. So this part's really important. That's one that everybody misses. And visuals, obviously keep your stuff similar. Make sure your page looks aesthetic, right? Hide your reels. If you look at my profile, let's look at my profile again real quick. So here you can see I have very clean photos. I have like photos of me diving, photos of me at the gym, photos of me in front of some Lambos. This is my one reel. I literally just posted this before this video. So this reel is here. Now this reel is clean. It's not like stupid editing. This is kind of an example of what a reel should look like. It should look nice. It should be edited. These are, you don't have to edit your reels, but hide your reels that aren't good. Then these are some other photos that I've posted in the past. Obviously, if you scroll through my profile, you can see I have Social Proof, Andy Elliott, Social Proof, Brandon Carter. I have different pieces and parts of my profile that all look very, very similar and very, very aesthetic. As well, in my reels, you can see here, I have all my reels. I have a lot of reels in here that are hidden, that are not actually shown over here. So you can see, clean up your profile. Also, take people out of your tagged. I tag myself in my reels. Like, I don't even know what this is, but you can see like in some of my photos, I'll just tag myself. Like this photo is my photo, tag yourself. And then when people go to your tags, they look at it and they're still going to look at your profile. So that's another little random growth hack that nobody talks about. Next thing is captions. Now, over here, let's look at this caption, for example. All right, longer captions on most of my posts. So here's like a real story giving people advice. You're one decision away from changing your life forever. Da, 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 da. Like this is a full, long written caption, right? I'm not just like bitching out on this. I'm actually writing a real caption, something that looks good. This caption here has, made this post perform well. That's why it's pinned. But yeah. Write real captions. Followers. So the way that we're going to gain followers, and the reason that we want followers is for authority, right? If you have fake followers, I can tell. Most people can tell. If you have 100,000 followers and you're only getting 5K Reels views, you have fake followers. Everybody knows it. It's super obvious. If you have fake followers, you're going to be seen as a fraud. I don't trust people with fake followers. I have thought about fake followers and buying them in the past, and I'm so glad that I didn't, because it ruins everything you do whenever you go to try to sell and make the money. You're not going to make money off fake followers, because fake followers have no money because they're fake. Followers are going to build you trust. So if you see someone that DMs you with 100,000 followers versus 100 followers, you're going to be a lot more likely to trust the person with 100K because they have more followers. It builds trust, it builds authority, it builds credibility. It shows that they know what they're doing, and they know that they're doing something right. Right? So the way that we're going to gain followers is through engagement. So engagement is basically going out and engaging with people. The way that we're going to do this is through building a network. So we want to connect with people. We want to learn a skill. And after we have that skill, give as much free value out to the world on that skill as possible. Don't hold anything back. I literally have hopped on hundreds of free coaching calls, completely free, not asking anything, just to build reciprocity with my audience. And I think that you should do the same. If you know what you're doing, it's going to help you to learn your skills better. It's going to help you learn how to teach better. And I've done hundreds of free networking calls in the past. So connect with people who have a similar audience to you. So if there's, for me, if I'm a growth operator, if there's other growth operators as well, I want to connect with those people. I want to learn who they are and, what they stand for, what they do, and how we can help each other win, right? You have to have an abundance mindset here, right? Everybody can win. You don't have to just win yourself. Like, other people, your competition can still win and you win. So have an abundance mindset, connect with people that have a similar audience to you, so that you can basically hack their audience and take some of their people, right? Make friends, lead with value. This is basic shit, but everybody overlooks it. You have to lead with value. This is super, super important, right? Don't come to me and say, hey, can I give you a free video? I'm a video editor. That's not valuable, right? Value is, hey, I see that you're doing this, this, and this wrong on your video. You should correct that. Bet, I'm going to correct it. Appreciate the advice. Free value, right? Then, a few days later, after I've corrected that, right? I've gone through point 1, 2, and 3. After I've corrected that, then that's when you pitch me on the service over here. Not over here, not when you first meet me. Don't hit me up and say, hey, I'll be a video editor for you. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. I have other videos on that, but nobody cares. At first, with your networking, don't focus on money. As soon as you have commission breath, as soon as you get seen as someone who's trying to sell something, everybody will run away from you. Super, super important. Lead with value and don't focus on the money. Focus on how can you provide as much value as possible to your community. So this is the first ever YouTube video I did. Please don't watch it. Super, super embarrassing, terrible video. I'll leave it up on my channel if you want to, but this is the first video I ever made on this channel. Gary V's $1.80 strategy, still something that works today. Going out there and just basically, commenting on 90 posts a day in order to give your 2 cents on 90 pieces of content so that you can build reciprocity, right? Engagement equals reciprocity, meaning that when you engage with somebody like Gary V does, when you engage with them, they are a lot more likely to reciprocate the value. They're going to engage with you. They're going to follow you. They're going to start to engage with you. Now, you can do this manually or you can do it automatically. I'd recommend that you do a little bit of both. As far as comments go, make sure you do them manually. AI doesn't work that well for that. And I'll get to the AI part in a second, how you can leverage that. But when you give value, people reciprocate it. It's a super big point. Give value. Lead with value. Everything I talk about, lead with value. That's how you're going to make money. And it doesn't just have to be comments, DMs, emails, calls, likes, Instagram stories, that kind of thing works super, super well. Instagram, obviously it sucks, so they're going to limit you to 20 to 50 actions per hour depending on the action, so kind of sucks. Hyperstoryviewing. So this is probably my favorite strategy. This is the main thing that led to my 300 followers in the past, week? Yeah, 300 followers in the past week is what led to that. 300, I think we determined 334 at the beginning of this video. But yeah, Hyperstoryviewing, basically it goes out, likes polls, or likes stories, votes on polls, those kind of things. Basically builds you some engagement. So unlike most engagements, there is not really any limits on stories. There is, but it's very, very high. Social Climb can do up to 20,000 interactions a day. So it basically goes out and interacts with people in your target niche, likes their stories, votes on their polls, that kind of thing. I still recommend that you do the comments and stuff, but this is the main way that I'm gaining followers right now. Just through, I basically have a bot, Social Climb, in my account that goes out, likes stories, votes on polls, and that kind of thing. And yeah, you can get software to do it for you so that you don't even have to lift a finger. So if that's of interest to you, you can just hit the link in the description. Go to socialclimb.pro. You can just book a quick call. I'd be happy to give you a quick trial, run you through what all it is. Have some slots on the calendar, so just book in a call. And yeah, be happy to help you out. So yeah, let me know if you need anything else. Hopefully this video was helpful. Hopefully it was tactical. But yeah, peace.